Hi, guys. My name is Teresa Massey with the Home Gurus of Keller Williams Realty, and I am licensed in both Mississippi and Tennessee, and I am the listings manager on the team.
And I'm Kathy Canizero. I'm also licensed in Mississippi and Tennessee, and I am a listing specialist on the team.
All right, and thank you for coming to our Lunch and Learn. We're going to be talking mainly about listings today. All right, there's us.
Yay.
All right, let's talk about the market. Frequently asked questions. How does the team handle open house or showings for the home? Well, we schedule the open houses. We'll talk with that first. Usually what we like to do is put your listing on the market on a Thursday with the marketing to really up it for the open house that weekend on the, Saturday or Sunday or both. And we advertise it out there.
We advertise it on our Facebook page. We advertise it on websites. We also go door to door in the neighborhood and actually hand out flyers and let them know, hey, we've got a house coming up in your neighborhood. You might want to know somebody might be interested in purchasing it, because wouldn't it be nice to pick your neighbors? So we like to do it that way. Of course, the website is probably where we get the most leverage on it, but we have different ways of marketing it, trying to get it out there. And we also, other agents in town know also that it's open, so they can let their clients know as well.
Yes, and I like to tell the agents for fun when they go knocking on the door that they need to sing the little wouldn't you like me?
Oh,
wouldn't you like
won't
to
you
help?
meet my neighbor?
Yes,
Okay.
wouldn't you like me to help
Mr.
you find
Rogers.
your neighbor? Just to kind of make it fun. So, okay, showings for the home. We do have an appointment center that does all the showings and tracks all the agents that want to show the property. It's a system. Then, depending on how the seller advises us, they want to be notified via text or a phone call to get approval for that showing. And that's how we do that.
Yes, and everybody is tracked also, so we keep
Yes.
track of everyone who enters the home and at what time they enter it and how long they're even in the home.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Next, what is your approach to marketing and advertising homes for sale?
It's very similar to the open house. We start out, we have three different marketing packages to choose from. We can advertise in as many as over 900 websites. We also have our signs are very bright. We have all the information on our signs. So at any time, we have the 24/7. If someone's driving by and they see the sign, they can call. They'll get a description of the home. They'll get information, and we're able to capture that and call them right away and let them know the information about your home. So.
Exactly. And we do have a large, because we are a team, we have a large pool. So we make sure it goes out to our database as well. As soon as it hits the market, it notifies all the potential buyers that are interested, that have a search set up in that criteria.
Yes.
Okay. How will you handle negotiations with potential buyers? I'll let you take that.
Okay. Well, first of all, when we get an offer that comes in, that's a requirement, is that we have to let the seller know. So what we will do, we will take that offer. I will talk to the seller, call them immediately, and we'll discuss the actual offer. God, I'm having a hard time.
Right.
We're going to discuss the offer. And then after I discuss it with you, I'm going to give you the strong points of the offer, the maybe not so strong points of the offer. I'm actually going to take what we discuss and go to the other agent and discuss with her, of course, mentioning all the selling points of your home. And then, of course, we're going to go back and forth, but ultimately you're going to make the decision on who purchases your home.
All right. Very good. How do you keep clients informed about the progress and feedback on the home's listings? So I'll take this one.
Yeah.
So after a property has been shown, again, like she was saying, we have a record of all the agents that showed it. I'm going to reach out the next business day. We don't want to do it right after the showing. I know a lot of sellers would like it immediately. Unfortunately, the buyers usually have a bunch of houses that they have lined up for showings that day. And the agent doesn't want to be put on the spot in front of their buyers with the feedback. And we do ask for honest feedback so that we can provide that to the sellers, so that we can, fix anything that we can fix, or anything to make it more desirable for the buyer.
Yes.
So I asked the agent. Now, they don't always get back to me. Some take a few days, so I will let the seller know, hey, I've reached out for the feedback. I'm just waiting for a response. As soon as I hear back, I will let you know. I do. We send them an email through the automated showing appointment center. I will make a phone call if they haven't done that, and then also follow up with a text. So we try to get that for you because we
And-
know how important it
And
is.
she's a listings manager, so she does that, and I'm also helping her with that because sometimes they'd rather talk to me about it if it's an agent that I'm already familiar with. But to be honest, if I can for a second, if you don't get any feedback for 2 or 3 days, that's your feedback, is that they're just not going to provide it for whatever reason. Now, we still try to get it for you, but sometimes it's like pulling teeth to get feedback.
And it's not always a bad thing because
No.
maybe it is at the top of their list, but they don't want to tell you that yet because they do want to see a few more homes. And then again, on the flip side, it could be that they had no interest in it. So it's
Yeah.
just, that's why we're trying to get that from them. So anything you want to add to that?
No, that's good.
Okay. Can you provide a comparative market analysis, which we call a CMA, to determine the home's value?
Yes, absolutely. That's pretty much the first thing we do. Now, sometimes it's a little harder to get because there's a lot of factors that go into it, pending sold homes. Sometimes there haven't been anything that has sold in that area in a while. So then we kind of have to go outside of it a little bit. But yes, we do our best to get you the best comparative market analysis available at that time.
So let's stop there just a little bit, just for people that understand. So are you looking at active listings? Are you looking at sold?
Sold and pending are the best way to do it, and that's what we want because those are sold. Now, I also do look at active because I want to know what our competition is. That doesn't necessarily going to go against the sold price of what we expect because they're active and they haven't sold yet. So maybe there's a reason, but that intel can give me a lot of information as, hey, how come this one is still active? It's 33 days and it hasn't sold. And then I go look at it and then I might go, oh, I see why it's overpriced or it's underpriced or it needs paint or there's different things. So it can help you with your decision when you go to market your home. So I do use the actives, but more for information. As far as the pending and sold, though, that's what we want for the comparative market analysis.
And some of the ones that you do use for like sold, what is it you're looking for?
I'm looking for homes in the same
bedrooms?
area, the same bedroom count, square footage very similar, yard size the same. Those would be ideal. Now, sometimes I can't get exactly that, so we have to kind of come close. Like if it's a 4-bedroom and a bonus instead of a 5-bedroom or a 3-bedroom and a bonus, sometimes I've got to use those that factor in. And then if I can't get anything exactly right, I can use price per square footage. So there's a lot of different ways that we do it. And after doing this for a while, you kind of get good at knowing. And unfortunately, sometimes I have to wing it, but we're I would say that we're very good at it.
Now, what about upgrades? Do you look for
I do look for
upgrades or
upgrades.
compare
I
that?
have had some conversations with appraisers before because ultimately they're the ones who are going to determine the value of your home. And I kind of sometimes get a chance to talk to them of what they're looking for. Kitchens and bath upgrades are always the best. And if you've got a kitchen or bath upgrade, it's always going to get you more money in the end. So that's definitely something that we take into consideration.
All right. Do you have preferred list of contractors or service providers that can help prepare the home for sale?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right here. And as soon as you list with me, I'll be glad to give you a list of all and of course, we try to use only people that we are reputable, have done a good job for us in the past. We don't just send you some, Joe Blow. We definitely want people, and we're always upgrading our list too, because to be on our vendor list, you've got to be a reputable person who's actually done good work and gets good feedback. Once I get some negative reviews or you're not doing, you're off my list, and I got somebody else coming right back on. So yeah.
Okay. And in all kinds of fields. If you
And
think of
yeah,
it, we've got it
anything
on there,
pretty
so.
much that you would need, we've got somebody who's done it in the past or somebody that we can recommend. Yes.
Okay. How do you handle competing offers on a home?
Okay. When I was talking about how I'll call you and we'll go over the offers. A lot of people do get confused. The best offer is not necessarily highest priced offer. There's a lot of things to consider. Lender. Are they a local lender? Are they a lender that has a good reputation? What are the stipulations in the contract? Because if there's a lot of stipulations, that may not be the best offer. There's so many different things that we look at. So those are competing offers, but like I said, the highest is not necessarily the best offer. And I'm going to guide you through that process and help you decide. It's ultimately your decision, but you're going to use my knowing to get to that point. And hopefully,
Your
yeah, my
expertise.
expertise and having doing it for so long, I can, some things, it's things you haven't even thought of before that I can bring to the table, or
Advice.
anybody on our team can bring to the table. Yes.
Okay, all right. Can you explain any specific marketing tactics or tools you use to sell homes quickly and at the best price? Well, I think the very first one is it's so important to price it correctly. And that goes back to that CMA. But that would be the most important for a quick sales, to make sure it's priced correctly.
Yeah.
Marketing tactics, we've kind of touched base on that. We've got open houses. We've got over 900. We're probably close to over 1,000,
yeah.
I would say nowadays. Realtor.com, all those great tools that people look at.
Exposure, just making sure that everyone knows that your home is for sale and that we have great pictures, because we do professional pictures. We have lots of different marketing packages you can choose from, but just making sure that everyone knows. We also can do realtor open houses. Other realtors can get exposed to it when they come out and look at the home. So there's just a lot of things. Our marketing, our 24/7 sign. Gosh, our signs are important, because they have all the information that you can call and get information anytime, any time of the day or night.
And again, our database, we make sure we sell it. We're going to let our team know in advance what's coming soon, so that they've got any buyers that they could think of, that as soon as it hits the market, they could take them out to see
and our
it.
follow-up also with showings, to just get the feedback so that we can use the best standards to get the job done.
All right. Is now a good time to buy?
Well, you've probably been hearing that it's not, but actually, absolutely it is. And there's a couple reasons for that. Well, first of all, interest rates have come down this past couple weeks, so that's a good sign. Looks like things are moving in the right direction. The second most important thing is, a year ago, if you were trying to buy a home, everyone was trying to buy a home, and the multiple offers were crazy. People were overpaying for the home. I mean, I personally had a person who I think I wrote 20 offers for before we ended up in her dream house. That's not like that now. It's still a competitive market, but it's not crazy. And if the rates come down too much, like we're hoping they do, we don't need them to come down a lot, but it's going to be a frenzy again, and everybody's going to come out of the woodwork, and they're all going to be competing for the same houses. So if you buy now, you're not going to have that competition like you will, let's say, in February, because most people list their homes in spring. They want to sell their home in spring to summer, and then get their kids ready for the next school year in the fall. So it's usually a season of selling, and it'll probably come around February, March. And if the interest rates go down, it will be crazy out there again. So it actually is a good time to buy.
So the holidays, everybody says now's not a good time, but I've heard the serious buyers are the ones that are out right
there.
now.
They're out there. They're ready to go. And a lot of times at Christmas, you've got your house looking good and smelling good. It's a great time to show off your house. Why not? You got it all decorated for you. Who you decorating it for?
And inventory's low because everybody's wanting to wait till after the holidays or spring. Yes. So again, those are serious buyers that are out there right now.
They're out there
looking at your property.
Absolutely.
So, and then I also heard someone say that it's always a good time to buy your next investment, your home. Everyone needs somewhere to live or home. So
if you can do it, absolutely. Why would you not want to buy your own home and not be a slave to someone else and pay what you're doing when you're renting is you're just making that other guy rich. Make yourself rich. Build equity in your own home.
Investment. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we kind of we skipped ahead there. We had some help here. And then again, like we said, just don't ever miss out on the home you want. No. If it's time to buy, then you don't want to miss out. Is now a good time to sell?
Yeah.
Okay, let's touch base on that.
The average price of homes right now in DeSoto County is probably around $300,000. That seems crazy, but it is. If you're under $300,000, you're thinking about selling. That is our lowest inventory stock right now. So yes, absolutely. If you're serious about selling, now is a great time to do it. There is a lot of new construction out there still that's still pretty high. So 300 is kind of an average price. So if you're below that, you're kind of golden right now. Yeah.
Okay, we just talked
Yeah,
about that.
yeah,
Always-
take advantage of your equity. If you've been in your house, well, let's just say anybody, some people that I know not too long ago bought a house from me, probably when I first started, and I think they only paid about 150,000. Their house is probably worth 300 right now.
So
So that's
when you first-
150,000 equity.
when was it that you first started?
11 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So at 150, their home has doubled in right at 10 years. So yes, definitely take advantage of that equity.
All right. Something that we provide to you is a list of easy ways to make your home sell faster. So again, this is things we're going to ask you to do prior to listing your home so that it shows the best it can. So create a positive mood. So turn on all the lights before a showing. Install higher wattage light bulbs to show off your home brightly. So open the drapes, turn on all the lights when you can. Those kind of things are going to help it show.
Yeah, just make
show
it
better.
inviting.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Remove clutter. This
Yep.
is a big one. Remove clutter from each room to visually enlarge the room. I know sometimes they say, oh, the large furniture makes the room. Well, we know that you can't remove, that's your furniture, not going to remove that. So if we could get some of the clutter that we can move, maybe put in a closet or something, it's going to make that room look bigger. I know if you've got a lot of knickknacks, those kind of things, if it's something, you're going to pack up anyways to move, you can go ahead and get those packed up now. Again, it just helps them. A lot of the personal pictures sometimes,
I mean, I don't think you have to take everything
No,
down, but I do think the people that come into your home have to visually see themselves living in the home. People are visual. They want to imagine it, and it's hard for them to imagine if they see things that don't, pictures of other people or just too many knickknacks that take away from it. And it really does. I know when I was getting new countertops, I cleaned my kitchen really good and took everything out, and then we got the new countertops, and I had nothing on them. And my husband said, "I didn't know we were getting a bigger home." He literally thought that I had knocked a wall out. That's how much bigger my kitchen looked without everything all over my countertops. It was crazy. So.
And did you leave it off? Do you still have
Yeah,
stuff? No?
I did for about a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Then the kids came home and to roost and got back to where it was.
Everything's out. Okay, let's see here. Air out your home for 1/2 hour before showings, weather permitting. All right, so
Yeah, just fresh air,
that's-
crack a window or something. Even in
Yeah.
the winter, you can do that.
yeah.
A little tip for that is, I don't even know who told me this, but if you put a pot of water on your stove with a little bit of cinnamon in it, or something that smells great.
Now,
It's just a
Didn't
very
you say your son did like
fabulous.
Fabuloso?
Well,
or
yeah, the
something?
Fabuloso works, but it can be overpowering.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah,
Okay.
but you can boil Fabuloso in water on your stove in a tea kettle, and you would not believe how good your house will smell. You can only do it for a little bit though, because if you do it for too long,
It's
it
too
kind of
overpowering.
is too much. Yeah, but it does work. If you're really like, if you just had a wet dog in there or something, do the Fabuloso trick. It works. It really does. Yeah.
Okay. Light spray the house with air freshener so that it have a chance to diffuse before the buyer arrives.
Yeah. So if you're going to do the Fabuloso, I would do it a day before.
right.
Not the day of.
And maybe, something light like lemony or something. We don't want the heavy perfume one because then
Yeah.
it's like we're trying to
Yeah.
hide something, which we're not.
A clean linen smell, or even
Yeah.
a cinnamon or something that, yeah. And during the holidays, they have a pine
vanilla
oil or
or
vanilla.
yes,
Yeah.
cinnamon. Any of those
Smells
good
good.
ones are real good. Open doors to areas you want potential buyers to see, such as walk-in closets, pantries, attics, etc. Okay. Any comments on that?
No,
Okay.
that's good.
Spacious entry. Create the feeling of spacious entry area using decorative accents and removing unnecessary furniture. We just kind of went over that with the clutter.
Yep.
So again, just the more open it feels, the better.
Mhm.
Okay. Improve traffic flow through every room by removing unnecessary furniture. Okay. When able. I know
When
that's
able,
kind of
when able.
yeah, kind of a hard one. Okay. Repair or replace any loose or damaged wallpaper. Okay.
This is this is actually a really important one, because the downfall of many of the houses out there that don't sell is wallpaper. And wallpaper's trendy. It comes and it goes.
Sure.
But if you put your wallpaper up in 1978 and it's still there, you probably need to think about taking it down.
Okay.
It really is, because it's, first of all, it's a big job to take down. And when people see wallpaper, I watch them and they just go, oh, and because it's such a big job to do it.
Mhm.
And then they're like, oh, if we buy this house, we got to take down all of this wallpaper. So I definitely would think about, if you got wallpaper, doing something about it.
So let me ask you something. When you go on your listing appointment and you're walking through the property, are these some of the tips that you're going to tell your seller to help them get prepared
Yeah,
for it?
absolutely. Because I'm a real estate agent, that's true, but I'm a consultant, really. Probably that's my primary job. I'm consulting you. I'm helping you through this process. And you love your home. I know that. And it personally, I might like it, but I watch other people. This is what I do all day, every day, is I show houses. I'm in houses and I know what people like and what they don't like. And while it's perfect for you, and you know, maybe your mother helped you pick out that wallpaper and it has sentimental value, everyone's not going to do that. They're not going to be that way. They have to be able to imagine themselves in that home. So, but yes, I will definitely consult you. And sometimes the wallpaper works. I'm not going to say all the time. Most of the time it doesn't. The wallpaper borders, they do not work in any house.
And
Sorry.
these are just suggestions.
They're just
and
suggestions.
we're not there to hurt anyone's feeling. We're
No.
there to advise you to get the most you can. For
Right.
your
That's
home.
because that's what we want. We
yes.
want you to get the most for your home. And if it's going to take a half a day scraping off a wallpaper border, it's probably worth it for you to do that. You know, because we want to help you do this. And if we keep getting feedback that comes back, oh, we love the home. If it wasn't for all that wallpaper, then we're going to be honest and tell you about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got a vendor who can probably do it for you.
Exactly. All right, let's see. Putty over. Okay. All right. This kind of goes on the other. If we've got a bunch of holes, or it says there are mishaps in the walls, you know, some furniture got bumped into the wall, made a dent in it, you know, those kind of things. Any of those things we can do ahead of time to make it more desirable, we're gonna help
absolutely
tell you about those things. So, okay. Wash all windows inside and out. What? Who wants to do that?
I know, but it is important. It is important.
I know.
Yeah.
Makes me feel bad because I don't think I've done that in years.
I don't think I've done it in quite a while either.
But it is important, again, to let what we're talking about, make it bright and light. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, okay. Dusted, vacuumed at all times. Yes, you never know when someone's going to show it. So when your house is listed, we ask that
yeah,
it's always
and this
ready
is another
to show.
Yeah, another part, ready to show.
Buyer.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say, because you do not know the person who's going to come in and go, this is the house. You do not know. So you don't ever want to decline showings. It's okay to reschedule them, but you don't want to decline them. And if you're just like, oh, I don't really feel like cleaning today, I don't want to, you know, that person might be the one who was going to buy the house. So you need to have it ready at all times, which is not fun, but you know, just keep general maintenance and it'll be okay.
Sure. And we understand when you have children too,
yes.
trying to help them, you know, have them help you with cleaning, make a game out of it, you know, do what you can to have them help and keep it clean and ready to show at all times. You know, we have a lot of out of town buyers that come in and they can only show it, you know, you might say, oh, let's do it next week sometime. Well, they're maybe only here for a short period of time.
Yes. And that actually happens a lot more than you think. I know when we sold our first house, we had 7 kids and I would get the call and it was like sounding the alarm. And all the kids, we were throwing stuff in washers and dryers and shoving it up under the bed. Don't do it that way. Don't do it that
whatever
way.
Works.
But yeah, that's how we had to do it.
All right. Use plants to transition areas of your home.
Yeah, that's a personal preference.
Yeah, I think so too on that one. All right. Housing market update and inventory. Okay, I was trying to get my cheat here since it helped us last time. So let's go ahead. Inventory is low, roughly 3-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
I would say that's right. For every 3 buyers, there's only 1 house out there.
Okay.
Now that's not true in all categories, in all price categories. If you're over the $500,000 mark, you're going to have a lot more to choose from. But in that 300 and under, yeah, it's pretty tough right now.
Okay. Slight uptick in inventory. Why?
Probably the interest rates being a little higher than they were. Well, a lot higher than they were last year. But
okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. New construction.
There's a lot of new construction out there. A lot. I think during the COVID transition, the new construction kind of stopped for a minute and then everybody got back on board. And then, of course, the new construction, the prices doubled for them. So a lot of those houses had to sit for a while and they're still out there ready to go and they've had to drop the prices some. But there's a lot of new construction out there. DeSoto County is growing. I mean, and so is Marshall and Tate counties. Yeah.
Great incentives on the
Oh,
new
yeah, the builders
construction.
are given great incentives to come purchase their products. So yes, absolutely. And lenders are also.
So when we say incentives, what do we mean by that?
Money for closing costs, appliances, and maybe they're gonna put a fence up for you. There's just different things. Most of the time it's closing, they're gonna pay your closing costs or give you like a $12,000 allowance to use for upgrades. There's different things that they'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course on that, reach out to us because we've got a list of all the builders in the area, their incentives right now, all the inventory, the floor plans of things that are up and coming.
Yeah.
So even if you're thinking about buying in the spring, now's the time to look.
Yeah,
so
and new
that-
construction usually takes about 6 months to build.
Mhm.
So, and also another thing, I know you can say, well, we'll just go to the builder. Well, you're not represented then. You want to call us because we want to be your representative. The construction company, their agents they take care of them. They represent the construction, the builders. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner, that's going to help you and make sure that everything goes smooth on your side of the transaction, not just on the other side. So we're going to be your liaison.
And instead of just one builder, we have an
We work
inventory
with
of all
different
of them.
builders. Yes.
We'll get with you on our buyer presentation, find out exactly what you're looking for and check and see
where
what
you
would
want to
work
be.
best.
We also know things that are coming up that might not even be public yet. So
True. We get a lot of stuff brought by the office, by the builders, upcoming things.
yes.
So we're in the know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, open house in today's market, the benefits. Well, again, we talked about that. We're going to market around your neighborhood. Maybe they would know people that, maybe they want to be closer to the in-laws. They want to move them into the neighborhood. Friends at church that we're looking, friends at work that we're looking,
Exposure.
those kind of
Give
things.
your home
Exactly.
exposure.
Exposure to the open house. Kind of back to the out of town people, they don't have time to schedule it and they see it's open house. They know you don't have to be there at a certain time when I'm scheduled for. So it's open during those hours so they could kind of come and go as they please,
Mhm.
those kind of things. Okay, shop current homes. Get a feel for the home. Again, we talked about, again, at an open house, they're not limited on time. When you have it scheduled, you got to get to the next one so you don't put that seller, they maybe could only spend 30 minutes or whatever the time allotted is. You could say during the whole open house.
Yeah, usually they're about 2 hours.
Sure. So, okay. And let me go back to the open house. We do have a few this weekend that I'd like to talk about real quick. We've got 188 Magnolia Gardens Drive in Hernando. We are going to hold that one open this Saturday between 2 and 4. Am I okay to tell that?
I think so.
Okay, we got it listed at $339,900. So in Hernando, that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath at $2,166. So come out and check that one out if you're looking in Hernando. And then in Tennessee, 38125, we have 4430 Alexis Drive. We're going to hold that one open between 12 and 2, and that one's listed at $399,000, and that is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So come out and check those out, and if you have any questions, reach out to us. All right, seller's market, month's inventory of homes for sale, and there's a graph for you. You want to explain anything on that, or?
I mean, it is still a seller's market but it's not like it was. So we're starting to see it trend more to an even keel market.
Which is a good market.
It's a good
That's
market.
the market we want to be in.
A good, strong market for
Yes.
both. Yeah, everyone benefits in a healthy, strong market.
Okay, holding off on selling your house because you think there aren't any buyers out there? The data proves just how active buyers still are today, even in the higher mortgage rates.
Yes, people do still have to move. There's a lot of things in life that you get thrown at us that we have no choice. So yeah, the serious buyers are out there.
Pro tips for selling in today's housing market. Work with real estate agent to get your pricing right. We talked about
Absolutely.
that with our CMAs. All right. Tidy up and get your house ready to sell. Again, we shared some tips with you on that. We've got over 47
Mhm.
of them on a sheet, but of course there's so much more than that. And we're going to help you through that. Attract buyers online with quality pictures. Again, she talked about the packages, and we have different levels of our pictures. So that's some pro tips for you. You want to read that one?
The supply of homes available for sale is still lower than the norm, which we just talked about. So
Active listing count October of each year, and there's some statistics for you.
and so I mean, we're not going to go over all of them, but you can see we're definitely lower than we have been in the past 6-7 years.
Yes, quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years, I guess, is up there.
I think when I first started 11 years ago, there were about 3,000 homes for sale in DeSoto County, and we're at 737, 480. So that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay.
And Tennessee is down too, by the way. We are licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
today we're kind of gearing towards Mississippi, but they're down in Tennessee as well.
They are, yes. Reasons to sell your house before the new year. Beat the crowd of sellers who list in January or the spring. We were
Mhm.
kind of talking about that. Get your house in front of motivated buyers. We touched on that. Right now, the buyers that are out looking are serious buyers.
Yeah, they are.
So they need a home.
Yep.
Use your equity to fuel your move. Touch on that a little bit.
Well, it depends. There's a lot of ways to look at this. So it depends on why you're moving. But even if you have no reason to move, but you're just going to make a killing on your home, and you, like I said, that person that their house is worth 150 more than they paid for it in 10 years, honestly, they are thinking about moving just because they want some upgrades in their home that they really can't do where they're at. So they want a pool. Their yard is not really big enough for a pool. So that's going to fuel them. $150,000 to pocket and put down on your next home will probably give you the same note that you have right now, only better, bigger, better, whatever, different reasons why people move. So that's what it means to let your
Or
equity
you're
fuel your move.
downsizing.
Or even, yes, if you're downsizing, you just want to pocket that money and not put it into a new one. You can do that. Or just you want to travel. There's all kinds of reasons
Sure.
to do that. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Please reach out if you have any questions about anything we talked about or anything we didn't talk about. Maybe you want us to highlight in our next Lunch and Learn. Just reach out to us and let us know. Share it with us.
And one more thing, we
Yes.
also do virtual appointments. So if you are a person that can't get out or it's just not convenient for you, this is something we started doing during COVID. It works really well. It's just easier, and we can also do that also.
We could do our buyer presentation that way, our listing presentation. Again, even if you just have any
Or just
questions,
have questions and want to
ask how the market's doing, those kind of things, we're here for you. So glad to be here, and thanks for watching.